Hello, my name is Ian Koo. I'm a Capstone student for Spring 2023, and this is my project, Escaping Inferno. Escaping Inferno is a cooperative virtual board game that's supposed to emulate to some degree the type of situations that firefighters might get into whenever they go enter a burning building. As such, the players will take the role of firefighters, and the main objective is supposed to be traversing this seemingly endless burning building in search of survivors who may be trapped inside. As stated, this is a cooperative board game where players will need to work together to avoid the hazards that appear before them. It's a race against time, since as the game progresses, more and more obstacles will appear every turn. And if any of the two shown indicators, which I'll be displaying, one being the structural integrity meter and the oxygen meter, any case, if any of these two meters are ever to hit zero, the game will end and the player will lose. Of course, there's going to be some things that can help out the player, such as the water gauge, which is shown right below the health, which will can be expended in order to put out fires, such as the one that's right next to the player right there. Additionally, there will be items in the future, as well as scavengeable objects to get said items, all of which can be used to help the player traverse the building a lot faster or provide additional ways of avoiding or putting out or getting rid of obstacles. Um, but enough of explaining how the game is supposed to work. Here's a little bit of gameplay. So every turn, the player can press this little roll button over here to generate a random number of spaces that they can move. And, and that can be, dictated with the WASD keys here. So 1, 2, 3. Um, so whenever the player takes up all the spaces that they've been allotted, the action counter at the top right will decrement, and that'll bring it closer to the player's end of turn. However, if they get towards one of these little green blocks over here, that will generate a new room. At the moment, only halls can be generated, but there will be more rooms in the future once they're fully implemented. Um, but upon, making another room, another fire will be generated as well, which will spawn randomly. So it's not always going to be directly to the left of you or right in front of you. But that said, um, after every turn, fires will spread out randomly. They could be diagonally north, south, east, west, another diagonal. It could be entirely up to chance on whether or not a fire will end up on you by the next turn. Regardless, on top of fire spreading, the indicators, which were said earlier, the structural integrity and the oxygen, have a very small chance of decreasing. Uh, if they don't decrease, though, the chances of happening will occur or are more likely to occur. In any case, if any of these two gauges drop, they will spawn more and more obstacles that can hinder the player along the way. Uh, and all that said, that is the current state of the game. I know there's not much, but there will be more content in the future. But as of now, I hope that you've enjoyed this video, and I hope that you enjoyed the game.